the DevOps team, to start with, the main application was built by a member of the DevOps team by name Kunle. He was the one that built this particular application, and we just played around with it, developed other dependencies for the application to work. So this particular presentation, the cloud team is going to open the floor. They are going to give us the overview of what they've done. Then possibly the DevOps team is going to follow next, then the security teams, for us to be able to have a robust conversation this evening. So over to the cloud team for the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody. So my name is Enekosi. I'm going to be walking you through how we're able to start off with the infrastructure and how we're able to create like a proper infrastructure for this project. Sorry, trying to share my screen so that you see what I'm well, while I'm still sorting that out, I'll just go over the what we did. So the project overview is Sentinel AI Operation Platform. It's an AI-powered customer support system deployed on AWS, Elastic Kubernetes Service, which is EKS. So we were responsible for building a secure, observable, and automated infrastructure foundation that the entire platform operated on. So what we were able to cover was one, we were able to create an infrastructure. We were able to use Terraform to deploy the infrastructure, which was done by Grace. So she was able to deploy the entire infrastructure using Terraform. She deployed the VPC, the EKS cluster, the node group, the networking, and everything. She was able to design the entire infrastructure for the project. So after that, we also created IAM access for every single member of this, everybody that was involved in this project, because they were all going to work with us in the cloud. So I personally was assigned to create DevOps role, assigned IAM users for the DevOps team. So I was able to create the users for all the members on the DevOps team as well, assigned permissions to them. So first of all, created a group and assigned permissions to them, and also assigned Kubernetes RBAC roles to them as well, so that they'll be able to access the EKS clusters and other AWS services. So with this, I was able to implement the principle of this privilege by not allowing them to have access to resources or services that they were not supposed to have access to. Right. So the next thing we did was we were able to cover the security access. Sorry, let me try sharing my screen again so that sorry. Confirm you can see my screen.
We can see your screen, Kosi.
Okay. So we were also able to assign users to all the members of the security team as well. We created a group and assigned users to all of them, and also assigned custom policies to the group, so that for them to be able to have only read-only access to for monitoring and incident response capability. So we also enabled login, monitoring, and scanning for the entire AWS platform. So we enabled cloud trail so that we're able to see the activities of each person on the cloud. So these logs were sent to the security team for them to be also to for them to also monitor the activities as well for incident response and all that. So we also implemented CloudWatch logs and VPC flow logs. We also enabled that as well. So the AWS CloudWatch alarms, we set this alarm so that every single person in the team will able to get notifications if depending on the criteria that were set in these alarms. So, and we also deployed Prowler for continuous security scanning for any misconfiguration in our cloud environment as well. So this was done by Yusuf from our team. So this is for the infrastructure. This is what Grace was able to do. Like I mentioned earlier, she was able to deploy the infrastructure using Terraform. So this is an image of she was able to do. So this is the code for the for the worker nodes that she was able to create on our collaborative Git repository for the project as well. So this is the EKS cluster she was able to deploy, and these are the codes as well she used for the deployment. And this is to show that that it's running, and every single nodes that she applied was running and active. So here I was able to assign, this is an evidence to show that I was able to assign permissions to the group and as well.
Very good.
Okay. I'll just go ahead. So this is what Grace did. Great. So Grace was able to assign privilege to the security team as well, which is you can see in the image here as well. And for Yusuf was able to enable the Sentinel AI audit trail as well. So he was able to do it for the cloud trail. He was able to enable the trails for every single activities to be sent to the security team as well. These are the logs streams as well that he was able to implement. He was also able to implement monitoring and alarm to provide real-time detection and alerting for any security relevant events as well. So this was what he was able to configure. So this is the matrix, the cloud matrix, CloudWatch matrix that he was able to configure as well in the cloud as well. So that is what all for what the cloud team was able to implement. We were also able to implement the Prowler. So we were able to get like a screenshot of that. I think I omitted that in our documentations. We also implemented Prowler for this project as well. So that's it for like the cloud teams. I'll go over to the DevOps team.
That's screen. Okay, thank you very much. I'm trying to share my screen now so that we'll be able to proceed. Just a minute, please. Please, I don't know if my screen is visible enough.
We can see your screen, Kavya.
See my screen, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So thank you. This is the AI customer support platform the DevOps team actually built after the infrastructure team provided the infrastructure for us. So the DevOps deployment team, we have Owofola Kunle, we have Abdullah Yushaib, we have Umar Abdurrahman, and we have Kabir Bello. This is the project overview. The project is a production-grade AI platform deployed on AWS, which the infrastructure team provided already. This demonstrates the technology. This demonstrates the technology the real world engineers are actually using at this point. So the application is an intelligence chat box powered by Grok LLAMA. 3370B large. That is the language model which we use for this particular application. And there's this saying which says anyone can write a code. Yes, anyone can write a code, but the beauty of a good DevOps engineer comes in when it has to do with deploying, scaling, monitoring, and also having a good disaster recovery in place for the application to take effect. So this was the initial architecture diagram the DevOps team designed, but at the long run, when we had to incorporate other teams, which is the cloud team and the security teams, we had to do away with this particular infrastructure. But I believe they have their own infrastructure which they use as well. So the team responsibility, ours, I'm going to move away from the cloud team. I'm going to go to the DevOps teams. So our responsibility is to write all the Kubernetes manifest and helps charts. Our responsibility is to build a CI/CD pipeline for the application, setting up Argo CD setting up the Argo CD. Part of our responsibility is deploying and configuring the full observability stacks, which entails the Prometheus, the Grafana, the Loki, and the Tempo, and implementing the Canary deployment. And part of our duty is to set up automatic disaster recovery. Okay, so let's proceed. These are the technology stacks which we use. As we rightly know, the cloud team provided infrastructure, so which is the IAC. So, but the DevOps teams built the containers. We use Docker for that. The GitHub, which is the Argo CD, we actually did that. The MCHARs, the CI/CD, GitHub Actions, and the database, we use PostgreSQL. And the login, we use Loki and Prometheus. And the auto scaling, we use horizontal pod autoscaler. That is in the Kubernetes manifest. So let's proceed. Yeah, this is the picture of the cluster itself before we started working on it. We are moving on to the CI/CD pipeline. 5 stages occurs here. Once a developer pushes a code, and the Git, we are using GitHub Action as our continuous integration tool for building the image. So once a developer pushes the code, the GitHub Actions, the first thing the GitHub Actions does is to scan that particular code. Here we used lint, and we also use PyTest to check for vulnerabilities and to check for the code quality. And once the code passes this test, the second stage is to build the image. And once the image is being built, and before the image is being pushed to the private registry, which is the container registry, another scan takes effect. The image is being scanned to check for vulnerabilities. Once the image passes the vulnerability test, it is now being pushed to the image registry. And once that is done, okay, okay, so the image has an image tag. They call it SH. So once Argo CD, which is the continuous delivery tool, observe that there is a change in the value.yaml file in the GitHub repository. Once it observes that there's a change, it tries to synchronize the GitHub repository together with the Kubernetes together with the Kubernetes cluster. So, and once that takes effect, the Kubernetes pulls the image from the private repository, and once the image is being pulled, this triggers the pods to run on the same image, and at this point, deployment takes effect. So, so when we built the image, these are the visual representations of the GitHub actions. When we're building the image, this you can see this is the length test, and after it passes the test, the build takes effect and it was pushed to the container registry. And due to one or two errors which we encountered during the process, you can see we have a lot of builds here. So we are trying to perfect the application so that the application can go live. So I've explained this earlier. This is the stage, the Argo CD stage, which is the CD part, the continuous delivery. I explained this part, and yes, this is the Argo CD tool. This is the interface of the Argo CD, which we use for the deployment. As I said earlier, the Argo CD is synchronizing the state of the repository together with the state of the Kubernetes cluster. So once it sees that there's a change in it, it's going to synchronize. So if you check closely, you're going to see that the deployment was successful. The health check was okay. The synchronization status was okay, and the application was deployed successfully. So we are moving on to the observability stack. Kindly note, Elms is the package manager for Kubernetes, which simply means all installations we did on Kubernetes network is being done via Elms. We installed the Argo CD on it. We installed the monitoring tools, the Prometheus. We installed the Grafana. We installed a Loki on the cluster. Okay, so now the main essence of the Prometheus is to scrape metrics on each of the pods. That is the duty of the Prometheus. While the Promptail transport the logs from the node and push it to Loki for storage. Now, this visualization you are seeing is from Grafana. So Grafana is giving us the visualization for us to be able to monitor and for us to be able to see the way the application is running, so that in case we have any issue, in case the memory usage or in case the CPU usage is low, we can easily scale up. We can easily scale up the pods so that all self-healing of the pods can actually take effect. So okay, so we are moving on to the Canary deployment. This has two versions. The Canary deployment has two versions. The version 1 uses the Grok LLMA 3.37b model. This runs on 3 pods, and this receives 75% of the traffic. Receives 75% of the traffic, while the version 2 is the Canary version. This runs on the model is Grok LLMA 3.18b. This is a faster model. It runs on 1 pod, and it receives only 25% of traffic. Now, we are using Grafana in this state to check the visualization of this canary deployment. So if we observe that the version 2 is performing as a high latency level than the other version, we can scale up that, increasing the pods and channeling traffic to it, so that the main essence of this project is for the user at the other end, typing using the chat box so that they can easily receive fast information and fast response. Okay, so we are moving on to disaster recovery. For the disaster recovery, the Kubernetes cluster, we did a configuration on the Kubernetes cluster whereby backup is done on our system. Rather, backup is being done on a daily basis. Every 2 a.m. is going to back up the backup is going to take effect and it's going to be saved on an S3 bucket. Okay, so for us to be able to recover the backup, these are Kubernetes codes which we can use for recovering the backup from the S3 bucket. And kindly note, in case we have a completely shut down of the system, I mean of the pods rather, there is self-healing in Kubernetes, whereby 30 seconds, a recovery, a new pod is going to spring up, which will definitely take the application further and the application will come live again. Now, this is the visualization of the project after building the project. And we have to test it. Part of the issues we experience is when we're building the project, the connection to the Postgres, which is the database, wasn't successful. So we encountered some little errors which we had to fix. And after fixing, this is the result we got, which signifies that the system is up and the system is running. And I would call on my other teammates to possibly talk further on this and educate us on this. So, Mr. Kunle, are you there? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Thank you,
Please, you can.
Hello, Kunle.
Ah.
Please, because of time, just keep everything within 5 minutes.
Okay, I will make sure that. So, thank you, Kaveh, for the wonderful presentation. So, the application is, as Kaveh has talked about, it is a AI platform that answers customer requests based on what customer asks from it. And for the DevOps team, what we are able to achieve, Kaveh have talked everything we are able to achieve. And there are some error we got when we trying deploying the application, which we face, and some are not noted here, but we will note them in the documentation, in our documentation block. So I think that was all for my own end. And if anybody have any additional to it, we can add it. Umar, Abdushaib, any additional, so we can go ahead.
Are you here? Abdullah, are you here? Do you have any addition to the presentation?
No, nothing from my end now. Go ahead on, guys. You can move ahead.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. The documentation from the security team complete implementation report for Sentinel AI project. I would like my colleague to share his screen. Michael, please can you share your screen? Michael, are you there? Oh. Okay. Faith, can you help me reach out to Michael so he can share his screen? So I will continue.
If you have access to the documentation, you can share it with anybody on the call, or you share with me. Let me help you and share it. Want of time.
I shared with you on Slack last week.
Maybe was the one you shared with me?
Yes.
Okay, let me do that now.
Okay. So every tools deploy every command one, and every security panel is discovered. It has 12 section and it's backup with real terminal screenshot from our Ubuntu environment. So the executive summary of the project, and we deploy a fully working SIEM. We wrote for detection rules that actually fired against stimulated attack. We found 25 CVE in the platform container image, and we identify C security misconfiguration in the chat. So let me just go to the SIM and the log collection. This for the SIM and the log collection, this is where the security infrastructure come to life. We deploy Wazoo, and as the brain of the SOC, we connect an agent from our Ubuntu, so we can get the logs and everything for the server. And for the detection rules, the most important security work we did, we wrote 4 custom rules, detection rules. Actually tested every single platform. Tested every single one of them. Rules 1 from 1 to 4. So the rule 1 we tested was prompt injection, and we fired it. The rule 2 was AI assistance, that data exploitation was unauthorized access. Can you hear me? Hello?
We can hear you. That doesn't be a...
Yes. So for the CI/CD pipeline security gates, the thing is about.
Wait, screen. I don't know which screen you guys can see. Can anyone see my screen?
No, it's not showing it.
Okay.
It's now.
All right.
Yes. Yes, for the Sentinel platform consists of 7 layers, each with specific security control assigned to our team. Layer 1 to the bottom layer, which is bottom layer. So our team. Hello. For the CI/CD pipeline, the security gates, the phase is about securing the deployment pipeline. We added 3 security gates. First was the 3V scan every container image before it can be deployed, and we found something real, like 25 vulnerability in the Postgres SQL image, including 1 critical CVE in Gosu binary. This is the real findings in the critical platforms. And second, was cosign cryptography sign every image after the past review. So the Agro CD can verify nothing was tampered with before deployment. And the third one was the check OV scan charts and found six misconfiguration, including container running as roots and pod missing network policy. All six findings are documented in the table with their check ID and result level. And for the dashboard and demo, the final phases was making everything visible and proving it works. Built a Grafana SOC dashboard with Prometheus data showing active service and CPU usage in real time. Then we can run our attacks simulation with figure each threat scenario and show the detection rules firing in Wazoo in real time. This Wazoo dashboard was configured, confirmed 898 total alerts collected over the implementation period. I think so. The conclusion. Let me just go to the conclusion. The conclusion summary. We took a platform that was running and made it observable, detectable, and ready for structured incident response. We did not slow DevOps team down. We had a security intelligence layer on top of what they built, and we proved it works live in front of everyone. Thank you. That's all. Faith, if you have anything to add to it, you can go on. Or Michael. Michael.
Oh, sorry, my network is bad over here. I have nothing to add to it. You can move on. Thank you.
That's all for my hand.
All right, well done, Queen. Well done, everybody. Well done, security, infra. Well done, DevOps. I only have one question, and that is for security. And I like the cosine integration. I was not expecting that, but I like the fact that I saw it there. I've seen the smile on my face when I saw it. It's been a very long time I heard about anything that has to do with software integrity with cosine. So it was so good to see it in the project. I only have one question to ask, and that is regarding the security audit findings. You guys found 25 CV IDs, and from the tools that you used, you found lots of vulnerabilities. I didn't hear how these vulnerabilities were managed. How did you guys report it? Did you guys report it to the DevOps team or the infra guys to do what? How was it managed, or you just saw it and you left it there?
No, we report the findings to the cloud and the DevOps team.
What was the process of reports, and did you guys track them or reach out to them to see, or did you guys run the scans again to see if those vulnerabilities that you reported still exist there?
After we report it to them, we did not check back to see if they fixed it.
That is the wrong thing to do, because the essence of finding vulnerabilities and reporting it and following up, that is why there is management there. And I am so happy that you actually get to see some issues with what they're doing. But if there is no feedback loop on how, if the vulnerabilities has been fixed, not how it doesn't really concern you, but your issue or your point of concern is were they fixed, and you have to check again and validate that they were fixed. Having found over 25 CV IDs or vulnerabilities in container images, and is not a good thing for security, and that is why you guys are there. All right. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so I can be able to talk. All right. There's no point keeping us here further. And then well done, everybody. I have to say this. I really, really have to say this. This last project and the coordination at which it was done, I don't know how to explain it. It was so perfectly laid out. I like how you guys worked around it. And I like the fact that even though initially it seemed like something very blurry, I like that at the end of the day, this project was done. It was done to the best of what I expected it to be. There could be a lot more. And well done to Olakunle for building the code. I was expecting when Kabir was presenting, I was so interested in seeing what the end looked like, and that is another highlight from the project for me. So you all, well done. Infrastructure, cloud guys, well done. Security, DevOps, well done. Team leads, Emmanuel, Kuyun, Kosi, Kabia, well done. Team members, well done. I can remember the first call we had, that was in January when we started this cohort. There were about it's just 60 persons on the call, but right now, aside from Queen Kosi, who is unavoidably absent, we are about 19 or 18 persons ending the cohort, and all I can see is people who really wanted to commit to what their progress would be like. The Expadox mentorship program is not cheap. The reason is because, like I always reference, everything that works in my life right now, or everything I attempt to do in my life right now, came from, or comes from, two different things I had at some point in my life. The first one was, I don't know if anybody has read Brian Tracy's No Excuses. I did read the book like 5 years ago. I can't remember anything in the book, but you see that part, No Excuses, is one thing that has stuck in my head. And then in 2022, during official opening of ALS program in 2022, their CEO said something that has stayed with me, and that is, do hard things. Always choose the hard one. Always choose the hard one. The easy one can be easy, yes, but the hard one is hard for a reason. And I am so grateful and I'm so proud. I am so proud. When you guys did your first project, the very first project you guys did, that was when I knew that I kept asking myself, are you sure these people needed mentorship? Abi, they were already pros, just coming to have fun and hang around here. And I saw that these are a set of people that really want to do something. And I am so proud of you guys. I can't say it enough. I am so happy that the journey was worthwhile. It might not be what a lot of people expected it would be, but I know that it was, or it is worthwhile. The whole commitment, time commitment and energy and all those good stuff, I know that it must have added, even if it didn't add so much, it must have added a little drop onto your journey. It must have given you a little drop of clarity onto your journey. It must have given you a little drop of confidence. It must have given you a little drop of sense of belongingness. And again, there won't be any Expadox without the mentees. You are the reason why I am here. You are the reason why I am committed. You are the reason why Expadox will always be. And I have to say a very big thank you to you all for participating in this cohort. I just have a few little things to say. I know that I should have been saying it intermittently during all our calls, but just give me maybe like 10 to 15 minutes. I know that not everybody on the call would need what I want to say, but I know that for those who would need it, I just think that I should just talk about it. And I've already reflected on you guys' journey, and now the projects you've built. I know that I'm not sure out of my head I could track how it was done because we did have lots of break in transmission during the cohort, that the actual number of projects that we laid out for everybody. I'm not sure any of the tracks were able to complete it, but I'm sure that at least each theme or each track we are able to do at least 3 projects. Those projects, I would tell you, they are not cheap. I would say it again. Be proud of it. Let your CV have it. Put it in your CV, especially for those who have not worked in the capacity of their track before. Put it in a way that it makes a whole lot of sense. Write it. If you want me to have a look at it, I can have a look at it when you're done. But make sure that they reflect on your CV. And one of the reasons why I had to ask us to present is because a good number of people would do something. Not everybody that knows how to do something knows how to talk about it. And if you are not able to talk about something you on your own, with your own mouth, said you did, I don't know if there's anything else you'll be able to talk about. And that was one of the reasons why I said I made it mandatory that everybody presents. The more you talk about what you've done, the easier it is for you to talk about what you do. The easier it is for you to to sell yourself, to meet anybody anywhere and talk about yourself. Talk about, sometimes you're not getting everything right, but getting confidence with talking about things you've done would help you a whole lot to want to do more, and it will give you more validation for the things that you said you've done. So if you find yourself in an interview, you're not struggling with communication. If you find yourself in a team today, any team at all, I will not lie to you. You're not going to panic. I know how these things work when you're, especially those who are coming from non-tech background, you're getting your first tech job, you are like, oh, I'm going to break things, oh, I don't know how this is done. That part of fear has left you already. If you join any team today, be rest assured that you can start contributing from day one. If you join any cycle or circle today, be rest assured that you will start contributing from day one, which is why some of the rigorous stress that the project, and then the time frame of the project is really, really short, and it was also very intentional, so that you know that there is something waiting for you. You don't have all the time in the world to do what you want to do at what time you want to do it. So you guys have that in mind. And now the program is ending today. A lot of you will be asking, what next? What next? What next? I know that, well, let me say this. I'm saying this from a faith point of view. A good number of you are not Christians, but I'm Christian, and I'm saying it from a faith point of view. And today is 1st of May. You can write it down if you want. For those of you who are looking for, who joined this program because you want to get jobs, the second cohort for the year is going to end around July. That cohort will not end if you're still unemployed, meaning that between now and before it ends in 2 months' time, all of you on this call that joined this program because you want to kickstart your tech career, take it from me, you are going to come back with your testimonies that you've gotten a job. So, but then while we're waiting, what next? Do not stop. One thing with learning is that if you stop learning, you stop learning. And there is this thing with building a skill or building the learning skill. Skill itself is what you are building as a DevOps person. The learning skill is the discipline and the grit to learn DevOps. Those things, those two kinds of skills, they are very different. And the one I'm trying to speak to is the skill that has to do with grit of learning a skill. That skill, if you walk out of this program and you stop learning, everything that you've learned from this program, that is the skill that gives you the skill, you're going to lose them. Don't stop. Pick up anything. If you want me to give you more projects, I can give you something to keep you busy for the time being. If you need certification, you go write certification, but do not stop. And until you've gotten the job you're looking for, don't ever give up. If you give up, except maybe your father is rich or you come from money and you have something substantial to fall back on or fall back to. But if you don't have, it's either you win or you win. Take it from me. Use the instead to go out there and always expect, as people, a moving man would always meet his luck. Always expect that there is going to be breakthrough for you. No matter what is going on in the market, there will always be breakthrough for you. Carry it on. And now I'm going to share with you guys something that I think would help you as well. Number one is there are 19, there are, how many are we on this call? Is it 19 or 18? There are, okay, so a few persons have left, but today there are 18 persons who are graduating from this program today. You guys have already become connections. You guys have become professional friends. And I would advise that you keep this going. I got the job I'm doing currently from a friend. In fact, all the jobs I've done, I've not been so lucky with applying and getting. Every job, gig, everything I've gotten, it is from somebody I did one program with. In fact, my in the last 1 year, I've had the majority of my career breakthrough that is not job, and it is somebody that I volunteered with for AWS Community Day 2024. This guy has given me more than 15 works to do in 1 year. And this is the power of knowing people in the field. Now, a lot of companies, if they have one role or one vacancy, they are not going to publish job ads. They will ask somebody in the team, do you know somebody that can do this? The person will go and start looking for the people he or she knows. So this connection or the networking would help you a great deal. You guys hold yourself. If you see any place where you have to volunteer, any tech event, tech gathering, whatsoever, a good number of times it is hard. I will not lie to you guys, but do it. Be vocal about what you do, be vocal about communities. If you can join any community, and meanwhile, if you want to join, I'm going to some of the communities that I belong to or in, I'm going to get access to their links and I'm going to share it on the Slack, the alumni Slack channels, so you guys can join the community. There could be a lot of things aside from job, gigs, and some of the plugins that you guys can get from there. Join communities, try as much as possible to expand in your network. At the end of the day, the people you know, if you start a tech business today, the people who are going to be your first customers are the people who you know, people who have seen your journey. They are just going to become customers even when your product is not so great and you have a lot of people competing with you. So do your best. Do not learn in isolation. Get to know people. Know people. You, if you want to know them individually, is fine, but get to at least I know Kabir, I know Kosi, I know Michael, I know Olakunda, I know Shuaib. Even though they don't know you so well, but I know this person. It's trust me, it's going to be a plus to you. And then I've talked about, and then another way that can help you get a job faster is cold mailing. I know that you see all these C-suite people, they're always busy and people are always in their DM, but you never know until you've tried. With what you guys have done, I believe you have some level of confidence in your technical abilities, your soft skill abilities. Prepare your CV very well. Pitch anybody. Go to LinkedIn. Before you pitch them, send them connection requests. When they accept, go into their DM. This is what I've done, and I'm looking for an opportunity. Sometimes you can opt in to work free of charge, and trust me, nobody's going to make you work free of charge anyway. But you can say, okay, pay me, don't pay me, or I just want to be part of this. This is how far I have come. If you send that message to like 200 people, trust me, you're going to get depending on how you structure it, you're going to get a lot of feedback, and at least one of them would have to convert. I know that that is the law of marketing, but don't just stay. Go out, apply for jobs as you can, then do much more. Just try and not to just allow you. You can rest after the program, but do not stop there. Don't say, I've done Expadox and nothing is coming forth. Okay, just try as much as possible to show up for yourself and show out. So I think that is much of what I want to talk about. And then please be vocal about what you do. Be vocal. For people who are entry level, companies are not coming to meet you to come and solve any big problem for them. You are just going to be an addition to the team, help the team out with some things that the senior guys find mundane, so to speak, to do. Now, how are they going to validate your evidence of passion? If you almost every application you are going to submit, they would ask you for your social media handle. And if someone goes to your page and there is nothing going on there, trust me, if they see somebody that you are even way more technical than, and the person has a lot going on in that page, they are going to take the person that has a lot going on in their page. And the person will go into that job, even though he doesn't have as much technical skills, the person would go into that job and figure it out and eventually blow from there. So talk about what you do. Do anything. Join in any discussion. There is anything going on that's come. It doesn't matter who sees it or not, who is seeing it, but just show up. Have a public learning mindset. Do as much as you can do to just go out there, show up on your page, build your own personal brand, and apply for jobs. Any job you see, apply. Don't say that. I know that there are a lot of data harvesting games going on with in the job market with people saying that they're employing but they're not recruiting. But apply. Always, 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 always apply for any job. It is not too big for you. Let the HR be the one to disqualify you. Don't disqualify yourself ahead of time. So use every confidence that you have to apply. And if you have an interview, don't go to an interview without the low hanging fruits. Now, you guys have done a lot of great things in this program. Keep that in your mind. But if you have an interview scheduled and you are doing AWS, don't allow them to ask you what is EBS volume and you don't know what EBS volume is. Those if you're doing cybersecurity, they ask you what is risk and you don't know what risk is. If you're doing DevOps and they ask you to explain CI/CD pipeline and you don't know how to explain CI/CD pipeline, you have not done anything. So if you have an interview, first of all, go to the low-hanging fruit, definitions, industry dictionaries, the glossaries in the industry. Those terms will be very handy for you. I've once, even though I'm not so proud to say this, but I've once been like had the opportunity to listen on a senior DevSecOps role, and some of the things that we are asked, apart from peculiar job related things, we are the things that somebody learning DevOps today knows. Meaning that these are the points of communication for every industry you find yourself. So don't leave the low-hanging fruits outside. And always, always revisit your projects, especially if you have an interview. Go through the project you've done. That is why I made sure that every project has a documentation. It's not just because I want to talk about them on LinkedIn. No, I want you guys to have a catalog of the project you've done. You have an interview, go and read the doc that you provided after your project. It will refresh your mind to everything you have done. So if you have a chance or you are asked a question that needs you to explain the projects that you have done, you will not fidget. You will say it with so much confidence that would convince your interviewer that really you did this project, even though you did it at a basic level, but you understand and you understood what you did in the project. So don't ever let that question meet you off guard. So you guys stay connected, and I'm going to just round it up here so I don't bore you guys with so much talk. I'll always be open. The alumni channel will always be open. The reason why I have to have that is because if I just randomly scroll through any place and I see any job ad, I'm going to also drop it there. Please do well to apply. Do well to apply. Do well to apply. And then also the stack is also there. If for any reason you would need me, you want to talk about anything, you're running low on motivation and you need somebody to pump you super, I'll always be there. If you have anything to reach out to me for, I'll always be there. If at this level, I'm not sure I'm so great in the industry yet, but if you would need referrals or anybody to put in good work for you regarding anything, don't forget to reach out to me. I'll always be there. And if you need to apply for anything, maybe grants or 50% discount certification or anything, and they need you to get a business email, and you don't currently work, so you don't have business email, please reach out to me. Expadox email subscription, I can create 999 emails. So reach out to me and I'll give you a business email so you can be able to use it. If you know anything I can do for you, please don't forget to. My DM is always open, and you all know that I reply fast. As soon as I see the message, I'm going to reply. So I wish you guys all the best. And if you've not filled in the review, the program review, as much as possible to fill the review form. It would help us structure the program better, know what we did well, to applaud ourselves, and what we need to do better for the next people who are going to participate in this program. And again, I want to say a big thank you to the people who have volunteered to help out in the next cohort. And lastly, I love you guys. I am so proud of you guys. I can't say it enough. If I have an opportunity, I'm going to plug you guys into places that would help your career, but that time is coming. I'm so proud of you guys, and don't ever forget to carry the people from cohort 1. I think we graduated 5 people from cohort 1 out of 86 participants, and they are currently working on something, and I always talk with them. A lot of them were my friends before we started Expadox, so I know how they talk. I know how they're always carrying themselves along. So always carry yourselves along. And if you see any job opportunity that you think would benefit cybersecurity, or if you're in cybersecurity, you think it would benefit DevOps, or you think it, please don't forget to share it in the chat. And whatever opportunity we have, I'll always also share it. So you all, thank you so much for participating in cohort 1. And I wish you guys all the best. If you have anything to ask, questions to ask, or anything you want to say, I think we have 23 minutes to end the call. If not, we'll just end it now. So thank you all so much. Okay. So, all right. You guys take care, and we are going to see you on Slack. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Diego. Thank you for